Greetings and salutations. If you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I am a personal trainer, motivational speaker, and modern-day performing strongman. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day performing strongman is I perform feats of strength like bending steel bars, breaking chains, twisting horseshoes, rolling up frying pans, and other feats of strength as part of a live show. Kind of like a modern-day version of the sort of thing that the strongmen of old, like the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass, used to do, but with a modern-day twist. Now, being a modern-day performing strongman, I know that people have questions for me, so I started a YouTube series where I would invite you to ask me questions by dropping it in the question in the comments below, and when you do that, I get back to you with your very own customized video. Pretty cool, right? Now, this question wasn't asked of me on my YouTube channel. It was asked by a bunch of different people over the years, and I wanted to address it. You see, people ask me if I train up-and-coming strongmen, and it's one of the misconceptions of what I do here in my training studio also. So, I don't train up-and-coming strongmen, at least not by myself, and I'll tell you why. So today, the day of filming this, is January 9th, and it was 11 years ago today that I began my journey becoming a modern-day performing strongman under the direction of the late, great New Jersey Superman, Greg Matonic. And one of the things that Greg told me is don't be greedy. So why is it that I decided not to teach the up-and-coming strongmen? It's simple. That's not where my strength lies. When people come to me to learn the feats of strength, though I'm okay at teaching it, they're really better off served by learning from my coach, Hercules Chris Ryder, because he can take just about anybody at any point in their journey and help them out and teach them the feats. Where my strength really lies is I saw a gap in that strongmen of today, we're out there, but there's not very many of us. And one of the things that I realized is that even amongst the strongmen of today, there's only a handful that will actually perform. So what I figured my strength is teaching them how to perform and how to get gigs, the business of it, which is something that I struggled with in the beginning because I didn't understand a couple things about the business. So when people go to my coach, Hercules Chris Ryder, and they want to become a modern-day performing strongman, when Chris is teaching them the feats, when they get good enough at the feats that they feel comfortable that they might be able to actually do a show, then I'll help them put together the show. And I'll give them the insights that I've accumulated over the past 11 years of performing. I made mistakes in the beginning, but I learned from those mistakes. And when Greg was learning the feats of strength, he was pretty much self-taught himself. And he said that he wanted to help people become strongmen because he didn't have access to his knowledge, and that's one of the things that he wanted to help people with is bypass that. I'm sort of doing a similar way, but I also know that we have to keep a certain level of integrity with it. And I also wanted to better serve people. So if people are learning from Chris, I'll be happy to teach them my ideas when it comes to putting together a show. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is my way isn't the only way of doing things. It's just a way that happens to work pretty well for me. And everybody's going to have a slightly different way of doing things, and that's on them to kind of experiment with. So the reason that I don't teach the up-and-coming strongmen feats of strength is because there's people better at teaching it, and I'd rather them go directly to the source. But I'm also not being greedy in that I can help them get gigs. And when it comes to keeping the modern-day performing strongmen going so that it continues to be a thing, it's going to be because there's going to be other people like me that are out there performing, letting people know, hey, we're not gone, we're still here, and we're growing. So if you want to learn the feats of strength, I recommend I can connect you to Hercules Chris Ryder. And if at any point you feel like you want to perform, then I can teach you some of the things that I've learned over the years. But that is it for today. If you like the content, please let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe if you want to see the vlogumentaries that I do from my various shows that I do across the country. And of course, if you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. You know how this YouTube thing works. It's not rocket science. But in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.